A week ago, I said we were going to have the president's address and vision this week, and I gave my address, and John, Mr. Coffey, reminded me that I should have given the vision, which is 2022 and 2023 for those of you who don't have 2020 vision. That's right, it's hindsight. Today we're going to talk about three things. We're going to cast a little bit of a vision. We're going to talk about some goals for the year, and then we're going to have some fun as Jeopardy returns. You don't have to raise your hand when we get to Jeopardy. You can just shout it out, Mr. Paulson.
I'm a rule follower.
Well, then ring your buzzer, okay? Next week, we'll have a new banner up here when District Governor Bill Durrell comes and delivers it. But the theme for this year is Imagine Rotary. Rotary. Imagine. Rotary Club of Peoria-North, what do you imagine for the world and for Peoria? Imagine all the people living for today. Imagination is forward-looking. Although, do we have any other financial advisors in here besides John and Matt? Okay. Although past performance is not indicative of future results, we haven't gotten to this point as a club without individual and collective history. Everyone in this room was alive on 9/11/2001. Do you remember where you were when you heard the news about the terrorist attacks on U.S. soil? Lynn, you're nodding your head. Where were you?
I had just gotten back from a golf outing. And I was watching the news, ABC, and I thought it was a movie. Oh my gosh, I just saw an airplane going to a building. What movie is this? And then I saw Diane Sawyer.
Ron Lockenbitz.
I was sitting at my desk at Caterpillar, and the funny thing that happened is one of our workers from Great Britain came over and told me that he's kind of a practical joker. So I didn't know whether to believe him at first till I walked into the conference room, and there it was right on the TV. So it's a moment I'll never forget.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion, too. Rotary is an international, borderless organization, not trying to convert people, not doing any harm, doing the best we can to serve others. We here are part of a larger organization. Some of us have certain dates fixed in our minds in addition to 9/11 and remember exactly where we were on November 22nd, 1964. Any volunteers there? Kennedy assassination and C.S. Lewis died. Dick, where were you?
I was in the Air Force in New Mexico. And I was in the conference room, and we were having a staff meeting, and the left commander came for his secretary meeting and called him out. He came back and he said the president's been shot.
What about June 20th, 1969? Exactly. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped on the moon.
Got that out of the way for you.
I happen to remember vividly December 8th, 1980. I just heard Luciano Pavarotti perform in The Masked Ball at the Lyric Opera House in Chicago. As I took a cab back to my apartment, the radio news broadcast reported the violent shooting death of John Lennon. Imagine all the people living in peace. Peace. It's not just passive. It's not just the absence of conflict. Judeo-Christian tradition and the word shalom informs and expands our understanding of peace. Peace means to be complete, to be sound. It means to live well, as in wholeness of life or body. That is our health. Like in a world free of polio, living in a right relationship or harmony between two parties or between two people. The frugal gourmet used to end each show by raising a glass and saying, "I bid you peace." How appropriate that we gather around tables, sharing a meal, seeking to do good in a world that needs us. Promoting peace, one of the 7 areas of focus for Rotary International. My vision is for us to work together to foster peace, to foster wholeness and harmony through Rotary. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, Matt and Megan. I knew it was an M. And the world will be as one. You've heard there's the cliche, right? There's no I in team, right? Who's heard that? Well, there are 2 I's in imagine. So let us use our eyes to imagine how we can serve others. But there is a we in Rotary. How often do we meet? Weekly. How was that joke? Weak. Next, we'll look at some of our goals and then have some fun with Jeopardy Rotary Club of Peoria-North style. Goals are going to be divided into 3 areas, if you will: membership, service, and financial. You got an accountant up here, you got to have financial, right? We're starting the year at 126 members. Our goal for this past year was to end at 131. And as you can see, the trend has been downward. And it's been downward for Rotary International. It's been downward for service organizations throughout the world. People are not joining. I hope someday you'll join us. All the world can be as one. So our goal this year is status quo. Let's end the year where we began it so that we no longer continue that trend down. It would be great to go back upwards, but let's at least stop the downward trend. And how do we do that? We do that with the power of one. So one of our goals is to provide an opportunity as a club to provide 1 service project per month. Just 1. That's 12 for the year, at least. And individually, I want to challenge you each to participate in 1 club project and perform 1 hour of service each week, anywhere. Service above self, right? We can do that. And opportunities to provide service should really abound as the world opens up. We'll continue to serve with the Rotary Readers, with scholarships, continuing to support education. And they will know we are Rotarians by our service. Not only are we generous with our time and how we serve the community, we're very generous financially. Very generous club. And you can see that the red is what we achieve, the blue is our goal. And every year we've exceeded the goal for Rotary Annual Fund, Rotary International Foundation Annual Fund, and for Polio Plus. Our goal this year, and I toned it down a little bit from every year we've exceeded, right? And I thought, we've got a recession, we've got declining membership. Let's set a goal of 27.5, and we can raise that for the Rotary International Foundation, and we can raise $4,000 for Polio Plus, I'm sure. Locally, we've got, you all have just done a tremendous job in pledging support to our local foundation. And we've got a About $33,000, a record year to work with in serving and purchasing and contributing to other organizations that desperately need our help. We also have an endowment, more than $600,000 to support education and to support other things within the community. Any questions so far? We need a clock at the back. Yeah, 12:40, it's when I'm supposed to start my speech and I'm almost done. That's one of the goals is, yeah, okay. There are goals. Okay, fun, even some chaos. No actual dollars will be awarded this time. Shout out the answer if you know it. Our first category, Rotary International. Anybody ever heard of it?
Yeah.
The answer is Evanston, Illinois.
Rotary's headquartered.
Where is headquarters?
Where is headquarters? Exactly. Beautiful flowers. Has anybody been there to the headquarters? Dolly and Scott, thank you. Shows your support. Part of your support. The $400 answer is service above self.
What is?
Prescott Bloom Service Above Self Awards. Prescott Bloom defeated my granduncle in the primaries. It's a tough one for me.
Personal.
We're all one.
Rotary International for $600, $1,188,879.
I've got the answer.
What is membership? Right. That's where we are. Asia
Wow.
leads.
Game, guys.
Okay, Rotary International for $800. You got me.
Is it not moving? Oh,
And why did we group Africa and the Middle East? Okay, so we got 4 questions for the answer.
What is the four-way test?
Made them too easy. Exactly.
Chi-Chi. It's right behind you.
Oh. No excuse for getting that one wrong. How do Rotarians make decisions? For $1,000, what is, or the answer is Imagine Rotary.
What is this year's theme?
What is this year's theme? Yes. The logo represents key elements of Rotary while honoring the indigenous culture of the artist who created the logo. The circle signifies connections to one another. And I think it's significant that we eat around circular tables. What a joy to sit and look at people as we gather here to eat, contemplate service, and have some fun. The dots around the circle represent people, one for each area of focus, which are preventing peace, fighting disease, as Mr. Johnson said, providing clean water, supporting education, something we do really well in this group, saving mothers and children, growing local economies, and protecting the environment. The circle and the dots together become a navigation star, which signifies Rotary's guiding light. And the solid line underneath signifies a digging stick used for hard work, a tool that Rotary's people of action use to get things done. Hard work. We have a good year ahead of us with hard work. Category 2, us.
What is the best club in Illinois?
You're awfully limiting there, Katie.
What is the best club?
Exactly, we are. So the $200 answer, our spirit of giving, having fun while helping others.
What is our club?
What's our tradition? That's right. And there we see some members who served at Neighborhood House this past weekend. Sure looks like they're having fun. $400. September 9th, 1968, the day Mickey Mantle hit his penultimate home run and Denny McClain won his 31st game of the season.
When was our club founded?
When was our club chartered? That's right. I want him on my trivia team.
You don't want that.
For $600, our executive director, Liz Joanna.
He has a beard too.
She has a beard. Dang it, Zach. Damn it, Zach.
For $800, our district governor and assistant district governor.
And this gorgeous guy over here.
Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I did the second one. I don't know.
Who are Bill Durrell and
Jason
the
Moss.
funniest Peoria-North Rotarian, Kevin James.
That was good.
Then for $1,000, who's the contact person if there's a program you'd like to see or hear?
Who is Jason
Jason
Fox?
There we go.
That's not.
All the two on the right and left.
Your assistant.
What do we call him, Jason?
Carter.
No.
Not idiot.
Dang.
No, Carter.
Our final category for today is important Rotarians. The answer is
Founding father.
guys are easy.
That's what she.
$400, Jennifer Jones.
He's an international president.
Yes.
Not only is she our president, she's also the first female president of Rotary International. It's about time.
Yes.
For $600, Gerald Ford, Warren Harding, John Kennedy, Franklin Roosevelt, and Woodrow Wilson.
And presidents that were Rotarians.
They weren't in one picture on Mount Rushmore, so I couldn't put a picture up there. For $800, the answer is John Huko, a charter member of the Rotary Club of Kyiv, Ukraine. Exactly. Who's Rotary's General Secretary and Chief Executive Officer. Interesting connection to what's going on in the world. And he's been there for 11 years. Finally, for $1,000, the most important Rotarian.
Who is each and every one of us?
It was you. That's a mirror.
Such a glass act, aren't we? Well framed. We couldn't do it individually. We weekly, collectively, are Peoria Rotary North. We have a lot of opportunity this year, a lot of opportunity to serve as we reopen from the COVID lockdown. We have a lot of opportunities, and I hope we will join each other. Are there questions?
Should I be quiz every week?
Zach,
When does the new banner come in?
the new banner comes in next week.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm no Harry Truman, even though the kitchen does get hot, but that's how to reach me if you have questions. If you have a complaint, that's where you reach me. If something goes well, if you've got good news, that's why we have a booth. Let everyone know the good news.